This was my third visit to Ladakh in the past 4 years. During my last visit, which incidentally happened to be my first solo trip, I explored Nubra Valley, visited Panamik and Yarupso on the way. I made a quick stop to the border village of Thang, stayed a couple of days in Turtuk, exploring the village and just soaking in its raw beauty. And finally, I made my way back to Leh through the absolutely surreal Varela Pass. I was very adamant about doing that loop, and I absolutely loved that trip. In fact, I loved it so much that I decided that I wanted to come back here, again on a solo trip, and experience more of Ladakh. In this episode, I want to show you a different side to Leh.
And just look at the place I'm standing in.
One that is slower, a little offbeat and away from the crowds. I'll also take you along on an epic road trip through one of the most dramatic landscapes in Ladakh. You must visit Lamayuru for the journey. But first, let's acclimatise in Leh. So I reached Ladakh yesterday and it was quite a long journey from Bangalore. I'm exhausted. Just walking from the exit to the taxi stand, pulling my bags. Oof. I'm staying at this really beautiful place. It is about 25 minutes from Leh town. So during my past visits, I've always stayed at Leh town, and this time I just wanted to get away from all the hustle and bustle, and this place is perfect. And the food is amazing. I'm actually going to be here for the next 2 days as well, so I think that I am very excited about the food part of it. Amazing palak paneer for lunch, the palak right from their garden, so completely organic. And for dinner I had this traditional Ladakhi dish called skew, made with vegetables, and it had wheat pasta in it and in a nice gravy. I met a couple of travelers and we have decided to visit all the places which are close by. There is Shey Palace, there's Thiksey Monastery, there's Homestay Monastery. So probably just do a loop around. Our first stop was Thiksey Monastery, famous for its awe-inspiring Maitreya Buddha statue. But as with many monasteries in Ladakh, we stay back for the views. Look at the views from here. Come all the way up Thiksey Monastery. Oh, out of breath. I've climbed a lot of stairs today. I forgot to mention earlier. So the place I'm staying at is called Chuchot, and it's actually at an even lower altitude than Leh. So this entire area which you see is Chuchot. Ladakh is home to some of the most beautiful monasteries. As you spend your time acclimatizing, you can easily spend a day visiting some of these places close to Leh, including Shey and Stok Palace. But take it slow, of course. There are a lot of stairs to climb, and you'll still be getting used to the high altitude. Something I should have done myself. Can you think of a better setting to have Golgappas in? Wow! At this point, all the sightseeing and walking around had made us really hungry, and we stopped at a perfect place for lunch close to Stok Palace. And we set off again to one last monastery before calling it a day. I'm really sorry for the way I'm going to be pronouncing this name. It's Lamayuru Monastery. Pretty sure I've butchered it, but I'm tired of climbing. It's just my second day of acclimatization, and I've climbed so much already today that the rest have gone up to see the monastery, and I'm going to just sit here and enjoy these stunning views. I lasted 5 minutes down there. I just gave up and I climbed the stairs, and I'm really glad I did. This place is something else. And I think of all the monasteries we have visited today, this has got to be my favorite one. Just exudes so much peace and calm. It's just us over here, and with the mountain ranges all around, it's just such a perfect setting. Beautiful, such a beautiful place. And this also happens to be the oldest monastery here in Ladakh. I'm really glad I came up and I saw this place. Stunning. We've had a very long day. It's time to head back and just chill for the rest of the evening. I'm really looking forward to just going and crashing on my bed. So every time I travel, I make sure as much as possible to try and keep a day aside where I have no fixed plans, so to speak, and I just see where the day takes me and I go along with it. And this, in my own way, is how I slow travel. And couple this with solo travel, it's gold. I just get to do what I want, and even if I don't want to do anything, it's totally fine. I'm not traveling with anybody, and I just get to decide if I just want to lay in bed the whole day, if I just want to sit in the balcony, stare at the mountains, or just take random walks like this. I saw some really nice, beautiful places like this, not very far from where I'm staying. And I mean, like, honestly, what would you do? Do you like the concept of a slow day? And if you were in a place like this, what would you do? I'm heading back now. Enough exertion for the morning. I'll be having Ladakhi pulao. I think I've earned it. It's so good. It's not too spicy. It's not sweet at all, like Kashmiri pulao. And it is made up of dry fruits, veggies, peas. It's amazing. I'm gonna just like polish this off and then sleep for 3 hours. I'm ready. And for my last evening here in Chuchot, a random discovery on maps led us to a beautiful cafe. Piping hot lemon tea and Maggie, which definitely tastes better in the mountains. Amazing company with conversations which kept flowing. The mountains silent and watchful. The gushing Indus River and probably one of the most perfect sunsets. I mean, can you ask for a better setting? I had seen and experienced a sight to Leh which was going to stay with me for a long time to come. It's my last morning here before I begin the next leg of my trip. My visit and stay in Leh this time has been totally different from all my previous visits. Slow travel with no pre-made plans whatsoever. And I must say I have absolutely loved my time over here acclimatizing. Surrounded by these towering gorgeous mountains, greenery all around me and everywhere I look, and the sound of the Indus River flowing so close by, I think I'm totally spoiled now. I can say this, and I also have the freedom to choose to travel this way because I've already explored Leh town and I've seen what it has to offer. But this might not be the case for everyone. And of course, Leh town has its own charm. But if this is something you like or if you enjoy traveling this way, then I absolutely recommend staying away from the crowds, a little bit away from the main town, and exploring this side of Leh. Bidding goodbye to the beautiful village of Chuchot, we left Leh behind and headed west on one of the most dramatic roads in Ladakh towards Lamayuru Monastery. And I say dramatic because the landscape here is surreal. Barren mountains, deep valleys and beautiful highways. The journey along this route is an experience in itself, which is why maybe I wanted to relive it again. The journey to Lamayuru wasn't what I had originally planned, and I'll tell you all about it later, because you know what they say about best made plans. If anything, this trip was becoming more and more about just going with the flow. And taking me to Lamayuru was my old friend Motab Bhai, who has been a constant companion during my last 2 visits to Ladakh. It's apricot season now, and we were just driving by and we can see so many trees filled with apricots all along the way. I'm really craving some apricot juice right now, looking at all this. There are also some really nice pit stops you can make along this way, including the Gurudwara or the Sangam, from where you can see the confluence of Indus and Zanskar rivers, or one of the Buddhist monasteries along this route. We have stopped at Alchi Monastery, which is the oldest monastery here in Ladakh. I need to leave my phone and camera behind. It is not allowed in the monastery. There are lockers here, and the entry fee to the monastery is 100 rupees. It's beautiful. The temples are very nice. They are so old. You can just see that by looking at the paintings and the statues. It's very stunning and very peaceful inside. Now I'm heading towards a view of the Indus. क्यों लगाया?
वो है ना
हाँ
मन को शांति होने के लिए।
अच्छा
एक्चुअल में है ना हमारे इसमें धर्म में होता है कि उसको लगाने से किसी को बीमार होगा ना,
हाँ
इसको लगाना चाहिए हाई माउंटेन पर जाके। नहीं तो हम
बहुत देखा मैंने।
हाँ गुड लक के लिए लगाते हैं। देखो ना हर जगह ये लगा हुआ है। इसको ना वो खत्म होना चाहिए ऐसे ऐसे करके। पानी के सामने अंदर में नहीं जाएगा ना, वो फाट भी जाएगा तो पानी के अंदर जाएगा। इसमें इसके ऊपर मंत्र लिखा होता है।
Also along this route is the famous Moonland, where the landscape looks almost extraterrestrial with wave-like rock formations, making it feel like, well, as if you have landed on the moon. And then perched dramatically on a rocky hilltop, seemingly growing out of the mountains itself, is the ancient Lamayuru Monastery, one of the oldest monasteries in Ladakh, believed to date back to the 11th century.
The monastery itself is stunning, yes, but you must visit Lamayuru for the journey. Saying that the landscape is stunning is an understatement. Each piece of the landscape looks so different from the other. Like every 5 minutes, you're seeing the mountains around you shift in shape and sizes and colors. You have to see it to believe it because the landscape changes so much. Trust me, you're going to be hanging out of the window trying to take pictures or videos. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like even from where I'm standing, see the colors, the shapes, and how it changes, and see how far behind it extends.
Lamayuru makes for an easy day trip from Leh, a place which is perfect to visit after spending a couple of days in Leh, where you can continue to acclimatize. Coupled with the surreal landscapes, this is one journey that introduces you to the grandeur that is Ladakh.
And I've made it to Leh town. I was worried that I was going to miss the gorgeous views that I had, but not too bad. I can see Stok from the balcony here. I have had quite a long day and quite an unexpected journey, in fact. So I was supposed to go to Pangong So today and stay the night over there, but I woke up this morning and I wasn't feeling completely all right, and I decided probably it's better that I acclimatize for a day or two more before I head to an even higher altitude. And suddenly I had an entire day in front of me with absolutely no plans, so I decided to go to Lamayuru, and I'm glad I chose Lamayuru even though I've been there before. I absolutely love the journey. I love the road, I love the views, the landscape is absolutely gorgeous.
When I set out to Ladakh, I was going to spend my time in Leh just taking it as it comes and see where the day takes me. I had no idea at that time how just going with the flow was going to end up becoming the mantra of my trip.
The plan is to go to Somoriri tomorrow. Hopefully, I feel like myself and I feel well enough.
In the next episode, we'll go on an expedition across some of the most remote and breathtaking landscapes in the Himalayas to Somoriri, a journey I was really looking forward to.
So gorgeous, it's like I'm standing in a painting. I've made it to Somoriri.
And finally, I'm going to take you along with me on an extremely unexpected road trip. A road trip which was on my bucket list, but I had no idea of knowing it would happen on this trip. Like I said, this trip to Ladakh was all about going with the flow.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next one. Bye.